Hello, this is Keith. I'm with EveningsHadowsTarot.com. If you'd like to see my webpage, go below this video and you can click on the link. This is a new board that I just designed today, and I'm using it for many things. It's manifesting. Of all the cards, there are 74 cards in the tarot deck, and the one that helps us manifest is the Magician. And so this is dedicated to the Magician. He's the center of attention. Something new. It was a suggestion that I do a board for just manifesting. And what we're going to do today, we've manifested for $200. We have manifested to have a friend enter your life with good qualities and see where that develops. We're going to use this board now to, maybe you're a very young person, or you don't have to be just super young, but a person who is wanting further education. And you're a little bit at a loss. And I must tell you, when I went to college, I minored in art and majored in business. I just hated the business. So I told my dad, he said, well, you made good grades in it. And I said, the business course? And I said, yes, but I just don't like it. And he said, can you make a living as an artist? And I said, it's very difficult, Pop, to make it. You have to be so gifted. And I don't know that I have the discipline to do that. And he said, what about teaching? Would you like to be a teacher and teach art? And I said, I believe I would. So he helped me, and I did that for 10 years. And then I went into a business that had dealt with art, stayed in that 20-some years. So that was, I got the dream of the art. But what we're going to do is bring up several things and just see where the cards lead us. I found that oftentimes the tarot cards have helped me through so many problems that I have had. And I hope that it will do you the same way. And lead me in the right direction. The first one says, it's a new life that you're starting? Yes. And it's going to take money, isn't it, for an education? Yes. Now I have dealt these cards and have shuffled the cards, and then I shuffle over and say several and pick up another card so they get double. The next one is, let's say that you have tried education and you got in the wrong thing, and you can't stand around and cry over spilled milk. Just try something else. Change if your major, if that's what you have to do. It does not have to be college. There are other schools, trade schools that are important. One is, I have a friend who loves to cook, and so she went to chef school and has done quite well. And she and her husband have opened up a restaurant. This is, if you've made a mistake on education, don't stand here and worry about spilled milk. You notice he's got 2 cups and they're full of milk. But he's thinking about just what he's done wrong. Any type of education is good for you. It may not be what you want to do the rest of your life, so find what you do want to do. The next one is, this is about generosity, and maybe if you're a teenager and you're just out of high school, your folks can help you and be generous with you. Maybe they can't. You can seek other means of what to do. I'm not suggesting that you go into great debt, $50,000 to $100,000. You might figure out a job that you could work through and do the trade school or college. This one is going to take strength. Yes, if you're working and going to school, it's going to take strength. And that's what it shows there, the lion and how it's going to take strength. The next one is these kids are fighting with the wands, and they're not hurting each other. They're just being rowdy. And sometimes our mind works this way. It just goes in all different directions. We are distracted. And it's difficult to find out exactly what you want. I know that as a freshman in college, I didn't know the first year. And at the semester, end of that first semester, my dad helped me make that decision. And I was lucky. This was many years ago, and college didn't cost as much. I'm telling you now, they have wonderful trade schools, and you don't have to pay as much for those, and that might be for you. The next one is Pinnacles, and he's got money growing. In other words, save your money and think about education. If you can work, I must tell you, and go to college at the same time, or to school, then that is good. Some people nowadays are going to in the military for 4 years, and they're getting their education while in the military. They're set time aside, and that is an excellent plan too. Try not to go into too much debt right now. That's a mistake, I think. Next is page of cups. Enjoy what you're doing. You notice this page has a cup, but it's the fishing side. He's laughing about that. That's entertaining him. He's not going to drink that wine, I don't think, or whatever's in that, but it's making him laugh. And what you've got to pick something you're going to enjoy. The next one is, okay, this is about wands, and you see the picture, and he's built up a wall around him for protection. Well, a job and making that money as you go along, and not just running around and having fun and spending money, but really getting an education is what you need to do, and you need to stick with it. Kind of protect yourself from that. The next one is the High Priestess, and she's like a female pope. So if she's in on this, and she's going to be listening to what you're thinking about, and the education that you might want to get, and help you with it. What this board is going to do is going to help you think and decide which direction to go. You may decide against further education. This will help you decide that too, of working and learning. Finding out what you're interested in is the major thing. The next card. Now this is an interesting one. The wands are being thrown in the air. And where this is going to hit you, I don't know. There's going to be some here that are going to tell you what you like, and some things that tell you what you don't like. I have a friend who, she was not good in math. So naturally she didn't want to do anything in math, which was a wise decision. And but she found some other things that she did. In fact, she later on decided, and she decided this after her kids were grown, that she wanted to be a beautician. Her mother was a beautician, and so she went to that school, and she did real well with it. So that was one thing she did, and she wasn't a teenager by any means. Her 2 daughters were grown. The next one is 4 of Swords, and this is telling you to rest, to do something where you get some rest. You're going to have some rest if you're going to school and working at the same time. So do something that where you can get your rest, and don't think about, I've got to get out there and play. Well, this is far more serious than that. The next one is the mystery, and it's the moon. And the dogs are howling, and the moon is up, and there's a crab getting out of the water, and this is the path. And this is very symbolic. We don't know where this crab is going. We don't know where that path is leading. I do know that you wake up at night, you can wake up at night and be real worried, and everything seems a lot more fearful at night, or it does for me. And then the next morning, I'm okay. The next one is dealing with coins. It's the 9. And this person has accumulated enough money ahead of time to go to school. And that's one way of doing it, getting the education. The last card is the Fool. And what the Fool means is you may not know what you're wanting. The Fool is not necessarily a dumb person. When these cards were made a long time ago, designed, the Fool was someone who had had experience. And most people, when they're getting out of high school, haven't had the right experience to know what they're wanting to go into. I certainly did not. I hope this will help you. And let's go over it just a little bit and think about this. When you're manifesting something, you want to picture it. And that's what this board's for. It's not just to manifest money. It's not just to manifest a car, although I just did one with a car. Maybe you're needing a car and how to manifest a car that will get you someplace, get you where you're needing to go, if it's to college or whatever. I no longer drive, and so the car isn't important to me, but it was at one time. And what you want to do when you're using this, using the magician to help you, is you concentrate on what you're wanting to know. You may want to watch this 2 or 3 times a day and think each day. Get a piece of paper and write down when you have thought. Let's say that you think you may want to be a teacher. Write teacher down there. Let's say you might want to be a male or female nurse. Write down medical. Maybe you want to be an artist. Write down some art schools. Ringling Brothers, that had the circus, everything, used to have a school that taught art. I don't know if they still do, but I know Gary Jenkins, the artist, went there, and he's such an excellent artist. In fact, he teaches now. But if you think you'd like to do art, if you want something more necessary, maybe it's a business degree, which would cover lots of different things. It can be a lot of things that you have to choose from. And I think you're very lucky to be able to do that, choose a new route. I chose what I wanted, and I think I was led the right direction. My dad helped me. I didn't have this board manifest, but this is to manifest the right, manifest the proper business and the proper education that you need, and lead you where you need to be led. Some people think that they don't need a college degree, and they probably don't. Some people think they can go to a trade school, and they can. And I'm certainly I think trade school is just as important as a college. Whatever it is, think of your financing. Right here, think of your money, what you're needing, how much. Think about where these are going to lead you. They're all up there. They're going to hit near you, and they're going to be ideas of what you might do. If you aren't sure, go to college or to a trade school and see what it's like. If you have parents that are going to help you make the decision, have them go with you. They'll think of things that you may not think of. My parents went with me to college and talked to the art teacher, the head of the art department. And, he has lived many, many years and just died a year or so ago, that man. And he is, I believe, in his 90s, and an excellent teacher, and he guided me in the right direction. I hope this will help you. If you would like to subscribe and hit the bell, I would love that. And if you'd like to hit the thumbs up, that would really be nice. I hope I've helped you. Use this over and over until it leads you in the right direction. Reply and let me know how it did. Thank you.